Today I'm going to smoke a brisket in my Big Papa drum smoker, which I put together. This is a 55-gallon drum. Got the charcoal ready. There's the top on it. Over here I've got my chimney, putting the charcoal in it, starting this up. I'm going to let this get really hot. When the coals are almost turning white like ash, I'm going to pour this on the top of this, and then I'm going to lower the basket to the ground, put some wood on it, and then we're going to go ahead and start preparing the brisket to put on top of this. Okay, so now we got the fire going outside. This is a brisket. I got this at HEB. This is a 6.5 pound brisket, and we're going to trim this up a little bit and get it ready to go on the smoke. So here we have the brisket. Now this is the fat side. This is the other side. This doesn't have hardly any fat on it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to first trim some of the excess fat off of this side here. We're going to trim this up, and then we're going to start seasoning it. Today we're going to use Little Louis seasoned garlic salt with black pepper, a little bit of Big Papa's money rub, and some extra spices that we're going to throw in at the end. Taking a lot of this fat off here around the edges. I'm going to leave some fat here on top so it'll soak into the meat. Now what we're going to do is going to flip it over. I'm going to take this off, a little bit of this fat here, this on the end, and then we're going to start seasoning. Season this. We've covered this with the seasoning. I'm going to use some olive oil. We're going to spray a little bit of this on top. Like that. And then we're going to let this sit for about 20 minutes for this to start soaking in before we flip it over and we do the other side. From that over there, I've poured that into here. I lowered the basket, and I put some cherry wood on top of that. We're going to close this off right now. This is a bag of cherry wood right here. And we're going to watch. We're going to get this temperature. We're going to get this temperature up to about 275, and then we're going to close the vents, and we're going to keep it at 275, and then once it sets, then we're going to start to put the brisket in. So I flipped this one over, and I've seasoned this one, put a little olive oil on it. I'm going to let it sit for about 20 minutes. The grill's going outside, the smoker's going, and I'm going to put it on there, and we're going to let it cook for probably about 2 hours, and we're going to test it. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to put the brisket on here. I'll take this off, and I'm going to put the fat side up like this. Then we're going to cover this up. This is set at 275. We're going to leave this for a couple of hours, and we're going to come back and check on it. See, there's a good smoke coming out, and the temperature is at 275. So we're going to go ahead and leave this for a couple hours, and we're going to come back and test the temperature of the brisket. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this top off now. And we're going to test the temperature. And the temperature is 155. This over here. A little bit hotter. 159. What we're going to do is we're going to take this off, we're going to wrap it in foil now. Okay, so we've tested the temperature, and the temperature is roughly around 150, that's Fahrenheit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the brisket, we're going to put it here, see the bottom of it? We're going to put it here, and we've got 2 things of foil. And I'm going to start wrapping this. I want to try to get as much of the air out as possible, and then I'm going to roll this up. And I'm going to roll it up high so it doesn't, the juices that are going to keep coming out will not come out. We're going to take this end here, and we're going to put about a third or quarter cup or third cup of apple juice in here. All right, and then we're going to go take this back out there, and we're going to go put it back on for a couple more hours until the temperature gets roughly around 190 to 200. Okay, so it's been on for a couple of hours, and because this is a smaller, thinner brisket, it cooked it a lot faster. Normally it would take 3 to 4 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up and we're going to double check the temperature to make sure that it is finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this temperature here. And the temperature should be around 200 to make sure that it's done. So it's about 201. Test on the different sides. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover this back up. And we're going to let it sit for about 20 minutes. We're just going to cover it up. We're going to let it sit, and then we're going to cut it. We're going to see how it tastes. Okay, so now it's been about 20 minutes, and so we're going to open this up, and we're going to take the brisket out, and we're going to slice into it to see if it is done or not. So the grain is going this way, so we're going to slice this way. So we have a little bit of pink, that's the smoke grain, and this looks like it is done. Okay, so now the brisket is done. It took a total of 5.5 hours. We did an hour and a half roughly by itself after it was seasoned, and that kind of seared it, and then I put it in the foil, wrapped it up nice and tight, put the apple juice in it, and I let it go for another roughly 4 hours. Now, right now, you can put barbecue sauce on it. Now this top part here has got the fat that you can cut off. I like to leave it, everybody can cut it off, but you can see this, but you can see how soft this is, that it just pulls right apart. This is very, very soft. And so you can add barbecue sauce to this, or you can let everybody add their own sauce. I'm gonna let this one stay like it is, and then everybody can add their own barbecue sauce, whether you like it spicy or sweet. But this turned out great. I want to thank you for watching the video, and we should have another one out soon doing some ribs. Thank you.